spell them. All right. Welcome back to Delgado ESL during intercession. As we've been doing all week, we are going to continue to work in the book, Making Sense of Decoding and Spelling, an adult course of study for reading. And so you'll have to excuse some of these slides. So I would just ask you, just as a word warm up, what is this word? Do you know it? And if you do know it, what do these sentences say, right? We can even watch a small video. All right. Okay, the kittens are rambunctious. They love to play. They are full of energy, right? Right, so rambunctious is made up of 3 syllables. And that's what we talk about in this class in the course of this book, is how to know the rules of breaking up this word into different syllables, right? Because each of these syllables will be one of the 6 different word parts that we will study, and the different types of syllables, and they all have different pronunciation rules. So ram is a consonant, then a vowel, then a consonant. It has one vowel and it ends in a consonant. So it's CVC, right? And bunk is the same thing. It's a CVC, has one vowel and it ends in a consonant. Extra letters are okay. This shus is a special suffix. We're going to learn about that more later. It has 3 vowels, right? So that's going to act uniquely. And that's what we learn about in these books. So we'll just talk about this shus ending right now because you see it in a lot of words, and it can be with a TIOUS, a CIOUS, or a SIOUS, right? And it means full of. So a rambunctious kitten is full of rambunct, right? I don't know if that's the actual word, a definition of it. All right, and do a little brain workout. All right, so just as a review, there's 26 letters in English, and there's like 44 sounds. So these words, the letters that we use to represent sounds are called phonemes, right? So the letter combination, so like the P and the H, it makes an F sound, right? So we want to talk about that a little bit today. And so we put all of these different little word pieces, word parts, letter combinations together, these phonemes. We combine them to make syllables, right? And the most common type of syllable has a CVC pattern, a consonant, then a vowel, then a consonant, right? And there's just a lot of these simple words out there, and there's a lot of these CVC syllables within other longer words. So we want to just start here. So if you read this list to yourself and notice the subtle differences between the verbs, right? So we have hat, het, man, men, bad, bed, bat, bet, sat, set, mat, met, right? All right. But not all CVC patterns have 3 letters. You want to keep that in mind because sometimes that can be confusing. So the only thing that has to be there for it to be a CVC pattern syllable is it must have one vowel and end in a consonant. All right. So you can have a lot of different combinations here. You can have a consonant, then a vowel, then a consonant. This could still be a CVC. A vowel, then a consonant. That works. A consonant, then a vowel. Nope. That's going to be called an open syllable. That has a long vowel pronunciation. So that's not what we're talking about here, right? We could have 2 consonants in the front and 1 consonant in the back of the vowel, or we could have 1 in the front and 2 behind. There's even some that have 3 letters, right? So the number of letters is not what's important. It matters that it has 1 vowel and it ends in a consonant. Okay. There's this in the book, there's sections that are called smooth reading. And the concept behind this is that we want to have the right feelings and timing and expressiveness. This is called prosody when we're reading, because it makes it easier to comprehend what you're reading if you express the right sentiment and the right tone and the right feelings that the writer intended. Other things that we work on in the smooth reading are accuracy, automaticity, and this again, prosody. Accuracy is just knowing the words and saying them right, and automaticity is where it's easy for you. It becomes familiar, so you can become a fast reader, and you don't have to expend a lot of energy on figuring out how to decode the words. Instead, you spend your energy on analyzing the ideas and what you read, right? So when we usually do this in class, we take turns reading this out loud. And so I would encourage you to actually read it out loud to someone or to yourself, right? To say the words. And usually in partners, there's a back and forth, and everybody gets better and better by hearing each other read it a couple of times. So read it for yourself. Put us on pause. Okay. It says, when I wore my red velvet pants, I felt like a princess. 2 weeks after I got them, the zipper broke and I had to use a magnet to keep them up. I admit it was not a fantastic solution, but it was better than using a plastic ribbon. All right, so they're making a joke, right? All right, in here, there's a bunch of bolded words. These words contain, guess what? CVC syllables. These are words with more than one syllable, but each syllable is a CVC. I would write these words down, and in the class, we divide them up. We're going to kind of show how to do that here in a minute. Right? And those words, you can divide them between the syllables. And that's what we're going to learn in these lessons after we learn a few of the basic spelling rules, like the SS, FF, or LL rule we learned in the last lesson. The big deal is to identify our vowels, right?